We are here for another Choose a Career segment, and today I'm here with Michael, and you are with what organization?
Mississippi Wildlife Rehabilitation, Inc.
And we're going to talk a little bit about conservation. Now, tell us about conservation here in the state of Mississippi.
Sure. Well, let me frame that in the kind of tell you a little bit more about our organization in general. We are a nonprofit, federally and state permitted wildlife rehabilitation organization. So primarily we take in injured and orphaned birds and reptiles, nurse them back to health, and release them back out into the wild. Last year we took in about 550 different animals, and the sad truth in rehab is that only about half of those, and that's a national statistic, actually are able to be released into the wild, either because of their actual injuries or other reasons. And so to address that, we also, as part of our mission, it's very important to do conservation. So we set aside lands for protecting them for natural use, and then environmental education. So we can teach people practical ways to use sustainable practices in their homes that prevent the situations for these animals to come to us in the first place.
Okay. If students are interested in this as a career, what options would you suggest to them?
Yeah, absolutely. So it is a wonderful career. You get to work with some amazing animals in some wonderful settings. It's not a very high-paying career, so you're not going to make a lot of money, but you're going to get a lot of job satisfaction. I actually left a six-figure career at one point to pursue this, and I like to joke that every time I got a new job, I cut my salary in half. But my job satisfaction went through the roof.
I can imagine it's just a joy to go to work every morning to do this type of thing.
It is, yeah, it is. And so I would recommend, from an academic perspective, pursue a career, a degree in some kind of science, biology, ecology, any of those things, and then volunteer. That is an easy way to get involved. It's a great way to get in the door, because believe it or not, even though these are low-paying jobs, a lot of the entry-level jobs are really competitive because of the setting that you get out there. So not only is it a way to get your foot in the door, it's also a way to find out if it's something you really want to do, because while they are amazing jobs and you get to do some awesome things, they're hard. And you got to work in some hot environments. When you're working with animals, not only do you have to worry about getting bit or things like that, but you have to deal with all of the stuff that comes with animals out of both ends.
Right.
Yeah.
Unpredictable.
Right.
All right. Is there anything I can't rib on this one much because I don't know a whole lot about it. You had a question?
Yes. What age? Do you have an age requirement for volunteering?
Great. That's a great question. Yeah. So as far as volunteering goes, we do require that you be 18 years or older. And part of that's for our permits and working with the animals. Now, I say that with the caveat that there are some opportunities to get involved at a younger age. If you want to just kind of help around the facilities or help with some of our events, summer camps, our programs and things like that, then there might be some opportunities to kind of get familiar with what we're doing through volunteering for younger kids. So there is a lot of opportunity in conservation and education, probably more so than in wildlife rehabilitation. And personally, I've worked in zoos, state parks, and preserves. I've worked for the state government, I've worked for county governments, and I've worked for private entities. There you're going to have an opportunity to make a little more money. Again, on the entry level, the pay is not very high. But if you stick with it, you can move up into the administrative area, and you can make a living doing that, certainly.
What are give us a few examples of what you can find on the state level.
On the state level, so obviously the state park system is a great way to get involved there. You can get involved in the state regulatory agencies as well, Mississippi Fish and Wildlife. We work closely with them in our permits. Of course, the game wardens are out there patrolling, taking care of the wildlife out there as well, and we get a lot of calls from them for injured animals, especially eagles. Usually they're the ones that get the first call about eagles.
Right.
Yeah. So just in general, we rescue anything from eagles to hummingbirds and turtles and snakes. Right now we do have an eagle in our care, which was rescued by our wildlife director, Stephanie Hogan, who actually jumped into the Coldwater River to collect it. And it has been in our care for several weeks, and we're hoping that one day we'll be able to release it back out to the wild where it belongs. I always tell people when they ask, how do I get into this field? Volunteer, volunteer, volunteer. Whether it's a zoo, a park, a preserve, wildlife rehabilitation, all of those entities rely on volunteering for for the organizations. Even if you have a full paid staff, volunteers always play a critical role in that. And again, it's just a great way to get involved and to find out if it's really what you want to do.